saying you can be self-employed, right?
Yes, you can be self-employed. It's very affordable. It's not like any other trades. Okay.
Right. Lastly, just before we let you go, in terms of the competition will end on Friday, and that is tomorrow. What are the competitors expected to complete?
Yes, as I mentioned it from the beginning, that we have 3 projects. The first one was fresh water. Okay, and then the other one that we are busy them today is heating. It's now hot water, and tomorrow they will be busy with the sewage system. So those are the 3 tasks that we have at the moment.
Mr. Elia, thank you so much for making time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome. And then thank you for having me. Bye.
Of course, that was Mr. Elia Matthias. He's the expert here at plumbing and heating, just giving us a brief on how the competitors have been performing. So, Elago, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Selima. It's really great to see that those competitors are really also putting in the necessary work to ensure that they are participating in the national skills competition to the best of their ability. Well, this is Skills Update coming to you on NBC. Well, we are now moving into one of those skill sets on the competition floor that I personally feel are one of those that I need in my life almost on a weekly basis. That is a hairdressing skill. Now, that is where the technical skill, creativity, styling, and timing are all very much essential in ensuring that they walk away victorious if they adhere to performing very well in those areas. We have Selima on the floor still with an expert in that skill set. It's over to you, Selima.
Well, Elago, we are at the hairdressing competition area. Well, they say if you have a good haircut and a good hairstyle that has been made, it boosts your confidence. And these ladies have been hard at work to make sure that they present different hairstyles, and also just not hairstyles, but also barbering, which is hair cutting. And indeed, there has been a lot going on here every time I pass by this competition area. Now joining us is the chief expert at the competition area, that is Sangali Shirimuye, just to give us a brief on how the competitors have been performing. Welcome, and how is your competition area doing?
Welcome. The competition is going well. The competitors are also getting there. And compared to the first day, and this is our third day, they are really pushing hard. The first day it was a little bit challenging, but they are good now. I think they are on the right track now. So the nervous is no longer there. They also build confidence. It's very good indeed.
That's good to hear. Maybe just what task they are performing.
Right now, for the third day, in the morning they were performing hair cutting, as you see them there, and also here with the coloring as well. So this is the second task for the afternoon, so they are doing barbering now. Yes. Otherwise, we are coping. Yes.
And just by the end of the competition, what styles are they expected to deliver? What are some of the tasks that they need to deliver? We know that tomorrow is the end of the competition.
Actually, what is happening here in the hairdressing competition, you are given a photo. So you have to duplicate the photo. Not actually, but it should be similar to what you see in the photo, and then you deliver it. So the judging is coming like, do you understand the test project? Did you duplicate what you seen in the picture? So basically the scores coming out there. Do you understand? Have you integrate that? Did you apply your own knowledge there? Yeah, actually they given a picture and then they have to work according to what is they see in the picture.
Do they also have to put in their own creativity?
Of course, when you are given a test project or that picture, you only going to get one direction. So the other direction, you have to put your own creativity now. Yes.
For those that want to get into this trade of hairdressing, what advice do you have for them? Is it something lucrative that one can make a living out?
Actually, I will say yes. And when you see here, we have different centers. Some are coming from Eros Girls School, which is exclusive education, right? And some are coming from Vocational School, Coste Koshuarongo, as well as Kakara Vocational Training Center. And some are also coming from industry. And I would like to say to the community, please, people, and if people are gifted in different way, right? So when you are not gifted academic, so please, I will say try to join vocational school. They are really good. Practically, it's also for gifted people, and then rather than just keep your potential behind. And when we talk about beauty industry, the money is here. And people really make a lot of money out of it. So everywhere you go, you see beauty. It's all about us. Yes.
Lastly, just your competitors. So we see a lot of young faces here. How have they been performing individually?
We have 15 competitors here, and they are very young. And I would say the oldest person here is 25. So the rest is young, and they are also foundation. So normally they are not exposed to the industry, yes, but then the performing is very good. The potential is there, and I'm sure they will come back again for the next competition if you do not make it. Yes.
Thank you so much for making time. We know it's a busy competition area.
It's very busy. It's very busy. It's hectic, yes, but then we are getting there. Thank you so much once again. All right.
Indeed, Elago, that is the chief expert here at Hairdressing, giving us a brief on the importance of this trade and also just how the competitors have been performing. So it's back to you.
Thank you, Dave, very much, Selima. Definitely a busy skill set. Woo. It looks very busy. The competitors are definitely very, very busy, sweating it away, ensuring that they are putting in all their might, all their work, and all their precision to emerge victorious come the end of the day tomorrow. That is all from us here from the competition floor. We still have more, though, on the program. We are back with another Skills Talk segment here on Skills Update. And right now, I am joined by Justina Itembu, who is the Deputy Chairperson for the National Skills Competition SWAKOPMUND 2025 Steering Committee. Thank you so much for being here, Madam Itembu.
Thank you very much, Elago.
Yeah. So you are part of the team that put this event together, have been working very, very hard. We saw an insert just the other day on our program where Mr. Sens Sholongo was explaining that this journey started as early as May with the regional competitions that brought us here to the national competitions. So how does it feel to see the competition finally in full swing here in SWAKOPMUND?
Yes, definitely, Elago. Thank you so much. It has been a marathon of work, really, from the steering committee side of things, where we had to make sure that three main events running parallel are all well catered for in terms of preparation. I mean, we're talking about preparing for the national skills competition in terms of the conference, which brings together stakeholders from the TVET sector to discuss matters relating to the development of the sector itself of TVET. We are talking about the exhibition, which brings together, again, stakeholders in terms of the training providers and training providers and industry players from the market to come together on a platform that exhibits their services and products. And also then the main thing, which is the competition itself, which brings together more than 170 competitors, obviously selected at the regional competitions in May, and they have been training. We had to make sure that all those 170 competitors with their 140 plus experts are well prepared in terms of the test projects that are going to take place here. Yeah, no, it's really has been a marathon. And from my side, seeing that we are now on day 3 and everything has been going so well, I'm really happy that we pulled it off this far. We pulled it off.
Yes, and congratulations to you and the team. It's not easy because you're also having to balance, the stakeholders. You have to balance the competition. You also have to balance logistics in all of that. How are you doing it?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of logistics involved indeed. We have competitors that are coming from more than 40 institutions. To us, it's really a great opportunity that all these institutions have to come together, learn from each other. But I mean, to think of it, we have to make sure that everybody is fed. The transport is on point in terms of making sure that the competitors do not miss their or their scheduled activities each day of the 4 days of the competition. But again, starting from the pre-activities that the competitors have to engage in, it's really, but we have a very strong team that is taking care of these different logistical aspects, from transport, meals, accommodation, and of course from making sure that the conference attendees are also well catered for. No, definitely it's a lot of logistical activities involved, but the team is working hard to make sure that everything is in place.
And we are definitely seeing that. So looking ahead, how does the event strengthen TVET and the workforce development?
One of the very greatest aspect of this competition is the exposure that the competitors are having, the experts as well, and also the different institutions, the training providers that are on board are involved in. The equipment, first of all, that we are using here, of the standard of that's benchmarked with the international standard, and that is obviously benchmarked against the national development goals. So as such, making sure that the competitors, who most of them are coming from the training institutions, are exposed to something different from what they usually get in their workshops. But also the workshops are set up in a nature in which this is similar to what they are expecting to get in the industry. But obviously, this is not something that is just coming from NTA as an umbrella body for the training institutions. But we definitely have to make sure that we partner up with the industry players. Most of the workshop managers are actually coming from the industry, and it's particularly for that reason to make sure that we link our training institution and our trainings that we offer at the institutions to the industry, so that in the end, it's not just about the competition, it's about preparing the young person to be able to take part in or rather after finishing their studies, that they will be able to go in the industry and be a role player as well and do their part. Yeah.
In conclusion, what else can we expect from the steering committee? Today is competition day 3. We still have the final competition day, which is tomorrow, and the closing ceremony on Saturday, the 27th of September. So what does the job of the steering committee look like during the next few days?
During the next few days, of course, starting from tomorrow, it's making sure that everything is closed off properly. Tomorrow we are going to see a lot of vibrance in terms of closing up of the different workshops, as the workshop managers make sure that they have the records of their equipment still, taking stock of what is still left in terms of their materials, making sure that everything is in place in terms of storage and restoring the venue back. But of course, the most important thing for us is to make sure that all stakeholders are well catered for in terms of getting feedback from the event. It does not end here. We continue with our engaging our stakeholders, making sure that we strengthen TVET together going forward.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and we wish you all the best for the remainder of the National Skills Competition.
Thank you so much, Elago.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for having me here.
All right. Well, that was Justina Itembu, who is the Deputy Chairperson of the National Skills Competition SWAKOPMUND 2025 Steering Committee, really just giving us an update on the competition and the work of the steering committee. As you're hearing in the background, this is just above the competition floor. So there's a lot of noise and sounds coming from the competition floor because competition is very much underway, as today is competition day 3. We are continuing with our program. Please stay tuned. We are now heading to the competition floor where Selima Hanok is at the refrigeration and air conditioning skill set to engage Sarafina Handobe, who is there as an expert, and they will be giving us an update on how competition is faring on that side. Selima, it's over to you.
Well, Elago, it is day 3 of the competition, and the competitors have been doing a lot in terms of completing their task. And as you can see, we are standing, definitely that is at the refrigeration and air conditioning competition area, and the competitors have been hard at work to make sure that they complete the task that they have been given. Now I'm joined by the Deputy Chief Expert that is at the stall, and she's just going to give us a brief on how the competitors have been performing. Ms. Sarafina Handobe, welcome, and just tell us a brief on how the competitors have been performing so far.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. So yes, the competition have been going on. We have started on Tuesday. Yes, actually what happens is that the task or the project is subdivided into tasks, of which every day we have to do a task and should be marked. So far they are on their day 3, where they are to finish up their task 4, 5, and 6 and should be marked. And then the rest will just be then to finalize tomorrow on their day 4 as a final project. Yes, going in a brief, a little bit of it is, as we say, it is refrigeration. So it's a bigger version of a fridge, if I might say. This is just a bigger version of a fridge. So they start with their producing their coils, and then they mount their components, and that is what happens on day 1 and day 2. So what they are doing today, they are just joining their components as for their task 3. And as far as you can see now, you can see everything is almost connected together. Little is just to be connecting the electrical parts, and we will be ready to run our bigger version of a refrigerator at home that you have.
So looking at how far the competitors have been performing, and tomorrow is the last day of the competition, are you confident that indeed come tomorrow they will be done with their task?
Yes, definitely. I'm very confident. The competitors are very hard at work. They are trying so hard that they are picking up the pace, and they are very, 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 very close to there. So we are not that much behind. They are pushing. We are confident that, yes, before or at the end of the day, we'll be done with the project, yes.
Sarafina, just giving us a brief on the importance of this trade in general.
Okay, this is a very important trait, actually, yes, just like other traits. But now you know you must see yourself as bigger than the next person. So I might say that this trait is a jack of all trades. In this trait, you get to understand the fundamental of electrical, you get to understand the fundamental of mechanical, you get to understand the fundamental of plumbing and carpentry work. So it's a combination of a merged trade, not in a full capacity, but the fundamental. So what I mean is an electrician would come here and not understand what is happening here. But when I go to electrical workshop, I can understand or have a picture of what is happening here. So do the automechatronics, the operations of the engine and the car is what our compressors are doing. So they might not understand our language, but we definitely understand what is happening with their trade. So this trade is a bigger trade. It's not just as a fridge as we are seeing it outside, but it is definitely the jack of all trades. It's a trade that is doing or combining or discussing the pressure difference, the thermodynamics principles, and just the heating and the cooling system of any system that we have. Like you see the projects that we are having, we are also looking at the energy saving. We are having the refrigerating part and the cooling, the heating part. So which means you need to save energy. You do not have to have a geyser and a refrigerator at home. So you can have this combination and heat the water for connect it to your showers and then have your refrigerator also at the same time. So that is how great and how beautiful this trade is.
Okay, Sarafina, if there is a young person that really wants to get into this trade, since you mentioned you can gain a wide range of experiences in this trade, what would you tell them?
I'll motivate the young ones to really do analyze and just do the analysis of what I have explained before. It's a good trade, so the young ones should also look into it, meaning you having the basic of almost 3 to 4 trades together. It will be a good thing indeed at the same time. So also it's not a gender thing. You can see I'm a woman among the men, so I'm encouraging mostly the women to come and join me into my trade, so we have more women in our trades and we can do best and make sure that we are cooling as we need to.
Sarafina, thank you so much for making time to talk to us.
Thank you, ma'am.
That was Sarafina Handombe. She's the Deputy Chief Expert that is at Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, giving us a brief on how the competitors have been performing and also just a wide range of activities or skills that are within this trade itself. So Elago, back to you.
Thank you so much, Selima. It's really good to see the competitors in the background of you. They're really hard at work. We are seeing it live and in color here on our Skills Update program, that competitors are seriously really putting in the work to ensure that they remain victorious or emerge victorious at the end of competition day, which is tomorrow, following that will be followed by the award ceremony on Saturday. We still have more coming up on our program. Please keep it locked here. Well, if you are just joining us, you're watching Skills Update here at the National Skills Competition in SWAKOPMUND. This is for the year 2025. Now, this is the Skills Talk segment where we are engaging various stakeholders that are participating in this year's National Skills Competition. And with me right now, I'm joined by Junius Jacob, who is the Center Manager of Enana Vocational and Training Center. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. How is it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you.
All right. Can you please talk to us about the number of participants that the Enana VTC have fielded for this year's competition and in which skill sets?
Okay. We have got 8 competitors participating mainly in civil and mechanical trades. We have got 1 participant in welding, 1 in joinery and cabinet making, 1 in bricklaying, 1 in plumbing, 2 in mechanical CAD, and then other 2 that are doing floor and wall tiling.
Today is, of course, competition day 3. How have the competitors been doing from what you've been observing?
Yeah, from the observations that I've been doing over the past 2 days and today, so I've been going around to the various test areas where our trainees are doing. It looks very promising for us, for most of them. Yeah, like plumbing, we are done. And we are confident that there we are going home with something. So is others in the other trades. Although work is still in progress, you can tell that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
The competitors are looking strong.
Yes.
Very well. Can you then please talk to us about the importance of this national skills and your trainees participating in this competition? How does it end up benefiting Enana VTC?
So we are taking this as a platform for exposure for our trainees, where they are not only then learning how to work under pressure or in a competitive environment where they are being tested on the hands-on skills, but also on the productivity, as well as on the soft skill aspects of being able to also interact with others and network, and then seek support where it's required, be it from the experts or other fellow team members.
How does an event like this prepare your trainees who become successful for regional and international competitions of this kind?
Yeah, it's really a very good learning or practicing platform, because the trainees are getting exposed to modern way of doing things and very challenging exercises that they then have to also prepare their own materials, for example, which they can then assemble. And they do that by interpreting the drawings, where they have to do everything on their own. And as the world evolves, or technology evolves, like in the developed countries, people are ahead, and it's through platforms like this that they get hooked up with such technologies, where they can then apply them in their studies, in the classrooms and in the workshops, where they are working on a number of projects that are critical to them qualifying in those trades that they are training in.
Yeah, I really appreciate the fact that you brought in the aspect of technology, because that is leading to my next question on how Enana VTC is also adapting to the demands of the industry. How are you ensuring that you are keeping up to date and on par with what the world is using, what the country is using in terms of technology?
So we do this by subjecting both our training and support staff to training, continuous development, yeah, so that they then get updated with the modern technologies in a number of trades that we trade in. So that includes then myself. Then I then lead in a manner that, okay, we have been talking of fourth industrial revolutions, for example, over the past years, but the fifth industrial revolution is evolving, and we have then to adapt so that we are at the same pace with the technology. So that we don't just get stuck in old ways of doing things, but we have to adapt and modernize how we deliver our training, the equipment that we need to equip our workshops and train our trainees on have to be up to date, and as well as learning practices for the trainees. So they need to be able to learn fast and effectively so that they are then prepared not only for assessment but also for the job markets.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob, for engaging us on our program, and we wish all the ENANA VTC participants in the competition all the best.
Thank you very much. Good.
All right. Well, that was Mr. Junius Jacob, who is a center manager for ENANA Vocational and Training Center, talking to us about the participants of their center here at the National Skills Competition and how they are faring and the importance of this competition to that particular VTC. We will be back with more. Please stay tuned.
A student that is going to fix our cars, that is going to build our houses, need community education.
I've seen now in 2022, when I was here, what Namibia has to offer. I've seen the structures that exist. I'm back now, it's 2025, and I must say, I've spoken to the facilitator and some of the other members here. There's been progress.
The NTA, the vocational leaders, as well as yourself, you probably need to come together and come up with a workable solution for us, or maybe we can collaborate on that, because it is really quite a challenge.
Go to industry when they're really ready and that they can apply what they've learned.
And I think as educators, we only think about our classroom, but this is critical. We need to look at how effectively can we partner institutions so that the first thing they'll think about is, I need to work with this VTC.
Our skills development plan, our 5-year plan.
From the cooling systems, we are now heading over to the fast lane, that is automobile technology, where diagnostics, system checks, and finished quality are being tested under immense pressure. Selima is on the competition floor with expert Bartholomeus Shileka. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing that in the background, the competitors are working on Verpas. That is a local term for VW Golfs. Selima, is that correct?
Well, Elago, indeed, we are at automobile technology, a competition area, and the competitors indeed are hard at work because they have to find some faults in the car that were put in, so they need to make sure that they find it. And also just perhaps this is one of the competition areas that is kind of like a little bit difficult in terms of just making sure that they execute the task that they have been given daily. And also just another interesting fact is that there is a lady who's also part of this competition and also taking part in automobile technology. So joining us now is the expert here at this competition area, that is Bartholomeus Shileka, just to give us a brief on how the competitors have been performing. Welcome, and also just a brief perhaps on how the competitors are doing.
Okay, thank you so much. The competition is doing good, and the competitors are doing quite amazing, and they are taking the momentum at peace. The engine measurements, I see the competitors putting more effort in terms of measurement, accuracy, and dedications. And also, I can tell in terms of diagnosis, that's what the most crucial part. As you see, most of them, they are busy also diagnosing cars. We put major faults in the, into cars, and then they have to detect those faults using diagnostic tools. And also, the most interesting part is about the measurements in terms of the engines. That's one of the key heavy modules that we have, that the competitors are busy doing. And it's quite interesting that most of them, they are pushing, and we have the youngsters that are really pushing on board. And it's something which is really amazing and interesting.
So, of course, I've been part of the National Skills Competition. Maybe this is the third time. I just wanted to find out, because whenever I come to this competition area, I never really find a lady. And this time around, you guys are having a lady, Elizabeth, who's part of the competition. Perhaps just tell us a brief about her.
All right, Evelyn Nangobe, she's one of the competitors from Nankol. She's doing quite amazing. This is one of the trade skill area that ladies hardly participate, and they are really she's really putting more effort in terms of her skills and her tasks that were assigned to her, and she's doing quite impressive work and outcoming results that we were not imagining from a lady this fire, and she's really pushing to her fullest capacity here.
I don't even want to ask the importance of this trade, because we all know how important it is of being a mechanic, and also just we have cars everywhere, so there is a need to really just make sure that the cars receive their needed attention in terms of them if they break down and so forth. Yes. But just perhaps for a young person that wants to get into this trade, what advice do you have for them?
Okay, critical and crucial. The advice is technology will never stand still, and that's why our skill area is automobile technology. The advice that I have for the youth is to keep up, more dedicated and more focused and well determined. This will align their expertise in skills area, so they can have more crucial point in terms of overview, so at the end of the day they can at least build the country, and we can have a more industrialized country. And that's what we believe in at the skills here. That's why we are here too.
So for those that want to get into this trade of automobile, what advice do you have for them?
For those that are busy interacting here, please, dedication, accuracy, and more innovative. That's what we believe in. Yes.
So by the end of tomorrow, which is the end of the competition as well, what are the competitors expected to complete?
The competitors are expected at least to complete to their fullest capacity all the modules on time, and still on accurate measurements, and still we are expecting them to finalize their modules and to keep up with the momentum. And with them, we really need that they produce fruitful environment and results too.
All right, thank you so much for making time to speak to us. We know this is one of the busy areas.
Exactly. Thank you so much too. Thank you so much, and all the best.
That is the expert here, that is at Automobile Technology, just giving us a brief on how the competitors have been performing, and also just knowing that there is a lady for the first time who's taking part in this trade, and also just the challenge that they have to make sure that they overcome to be able to complete their task. So back to you, Elago.
Well, thank you so much, Selima. It really is interesting hearing about that one contestant who happens to be female in a male-dominated skill set. And I think the national skills or competitions of this kind are really there to bridge that gender gap, to also state that you don't necessarily need to be a specific gender to participate in a specific skill set. It is free for all to do so. We are seeing male competitors in hairdressing, for example, fashion technology, for example, and vice versa, more females in male-dominated categories. That is one beautiful thing to note from this national skills competition. That is how it's going here on Skills Update. Keep it locked here, please. If you are just joining us, you are watching Skills Update, and we're still continuing with our Skills Talk segment for our final conversation of the day. And I'm now joined by Ms. Irma Salomon, who is the CEO of AfriSay, a sponsor here at the National Skills Competition SWAKOPMUND 2025. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, you are playing a critical role, which is contributing to the National Skills Competition this year as a sponsor. For our viewers who are not familiar with AfriSay, could you please give us a bit of background about this organization?
Okay, thank you. AfriSay Vocational Training Center is an accredited training center in Walfish Bay, based in Walfish Bay. Our courses stretch welding, metal fabrication, occupational health and safety, office admin, ICT. We will be going into robotics and auto mechanics and so forth, all the trades.
We do very well know that AfriSay is really strong on creating opportunities for young people and empowering them. So how would you say that this mandate of AfriSay is also tying well into the national skills? Is it contributing to the same mandate of AfriSay, and in what way?
Of course, it's definitely contributing to a lot to the mandate of what AfriSay stands for. For me, the youngsters can now fulfill what they have been taught, the skill set that they have, and also be proud. I think the national skills competition gives our youngsters edge of competitiveness in a positive way, and where they can look at their hands work and be proud of it at the end of the day.
When we look at a competition of this kind, it's always very important to ensure that the skills being honed and crafted here are what the industry needs. As a CEO of a vocational training center, what would you say are those industries at present, at the moment in Namibia, that are hungry for some of the skills that are being showcased here?
Of course, it goes without saying. It's the green hydrogen that we have going in Namibia, oil and gas, and of course for us at AfriSay, I think manufacturing is on the highest of the list, because we have so much resources in our country, and I feel that Namibia could be the Mecca of Africa with all our resources. If our youngsters that's in the TVET industry and are pursuing entrepreneurship, we could actually provide the world with a whole lot of other things and products that we can create right here at home.
Speaking about entrepreneurship, I think another issue that really is a positive from a skills industry and for the trainees that are studying in this TVET sector is that they are at the, I think, on the receiving end of being able to create their own jobs. So what message do you have for young people who are here and those that are watching about them really turning their skills into sustainable careers at the end of the day?
Okay. For us, we would like to I would like to just motivate the youngsters in saying entrepreneurship is not rocket science. You just have to have your resilience, tenacity, a set of self-discipline and hard work. I always say you have your big vision with your big God and all those other character traits that you need, and you can fulfill being an entrepreneur. it would be a loss if our youngsters are now looking just at going to a college or a technical college and go study and to go look for a job. I would not want them to do that. I would want them to start their own businesses, because you can do it. Even with the -0 balance, you can start.
In conclusion, do you have any final remarks to leave us as we are currently in competition day 3, and maybe also just on AfriSay's continuation in the event going forward until the closing day?
Okay. I just feel that our youngsters now competing, do your best. You're a winner on your own. It doesn't matter if you don't win the title at the moment to go to the world platform, but you're a winner in yourself, and that should just take you a step further in what you can achieve. And to the youngsters out there who's still thinking and pursuing, go for it. Just do what your heart set is, do what your mind is telling you yourself to do, especially if you can work with your hands. You can achieve whatever you believe.
You can achieve whatever you believe. That's a powerful closing. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for playing your part in making the National Skills Competition possible.
Thank you so much. You're so most welcome.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was Ms. Irma Solomon, who is the CEO of AfriSay VTC that is situated in Walfish Bay, talking to us about their involvement in the national skills and the importance of aligning with an event of this magnitude. We will be back with more. Please stay with us. Well, what a day it has been. From plumbing to refrigeration and to automobiles, the competition floor has shown us just how diverse Namibia's skills landscape is. Now add that to insights from our guests, and it's clear that competition is about more than just medals, and it's about building Namibia's future. Well, that's all from us on the Skills Update program here at the National Skills Competition SWAKOPMUND 2025. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'd also like to thank our friends from Nictus for sponsoring our beautiful set that we have been broadcasting from. Join us again tomorrow for the final day of competition here, coming to you live from the MTC Dome. Until then, it's goodbye.